Hi everyone and welcome to week one. Before we get started, I just wanted to show you in the announcement section, I do have some suggestions for you and I just want to point them out. I know you're capable of reading it yourself, but I do want to just point it out to show you the importance of going through these announcements. In here, first of all, this one is the week one suggestions to help you be successful in the course. And one of the things it talks about on here is that this is a research-based course. Please do not state things in your opinion. Everything needs to be researched. If it's not available in your textbook, it does require some outside research as well. Right here, it does talk about the expectation is that opinions are also supported with research as applicable. Most of the assignments in this class are research-based, which will require you to use a textbook and additional resources to support your work. If you are uncertain how to research or how to cite your work, you need to click on this link here and it'll connect you for a Davenport University tutor, or you can go to the library as a resource. Suggestions, communication is very important. Please be cognizant of what you're writing. Make sure that you're proofreading, checking for spelling and grammatical errors before submitting. Everything needs to be in APA format. And by that, I mean it has to have a cover page. It should be double-spaced, 12-point font, researched using in-text citations, and also referencing at the end. For any of your assignments, be sure to use headings when starting a new topic. So a lot of times with these assignments, there'll be bullets that are listed. I do expect that each bullet would be a separate paragraph and you would have it labeled and with the heading on it. Also, there should be a transition sentence that will take you from one paragraph to the next. That would make it easy for anyone that's reading your material, particularly myself, to follow and understand where you're going with your thoughts. Every paper that you write must have an introduction paragraph and a conclusion paragraph. And then most of your assignments will be checked through SafeAssign as part of the assignment submission process. So I just want you to be aware that plagiarism is not acceptable and you do need to make sure that the things that you are writing are in your own words. And when you are using your outside sources to avoid plagiarism, you do need to put them in quotations, use in-text citations, and then also reference them again at the end. Or you can paraphrase, but then again, still, those still are not your words. You need to include the in-text citation. Okay, so just a little reminder of the expectations of the formatting of the work as you go through. This week, we are going to be reading chapters 1 and 2. And as we're reading chapters 1 and 2, it's going to take you through management in chapter 1 and the different levels of management, the functions of management. And it's also going to talk to you about not just what's important or how to be successful at management, but it's also important to understand the mistakes that a manager can make along the way. I found in chapter 1 on page 16, there are the top 10 mistakes that managers make. And I thought that was a very interesting list. Just a little briefing on what's coming in the text as you're reading through that. In chapter 2, you're going to be looking at the history of management and the theories of management, and then we're going to take that information and we're going to actually apply it. Okay, so when you're applying it, this week assignment is a mind map, and you might not be familiar with a mind map, but if you think back to when you were in school, maybe your high school teacher, or maybe even in elementary, if you can remember that they may have had you put the major concept or thought in the middle, and then you just kind of branch out with further details and enhancements based on research and whatnot. This will help you understand the material on a deeper level. So with this one, it says during this week you're going to be creating this mind map from the concepts that you're going to find in chapter 2. You're also going to need to do some extra research that will take you out into the deeper branches of your mind map. Okay, and then I'll let you read through this on your own. And let's see. When you go, now this time I'm looking on your assignment. So if you were to click on the assignments link here on the side, right here, click on assignments, I went in and I found my week 1 mind map. And this is where you're going to find all of your directions. This is going to be based on the history and the theories of management coming from chapter 2. And just to give you more information, you can click here to find out more about what is mind mapping. Here's some software tools to help you create a mind map. And then the assignment instructions are listed here on exactly what needs to be included. So remember, I told you that everything needs to be broke down. So you're always going to look for these bullets to make sure that you're doing everything that is required as you're going through. And then here it says, at the center of the mind map, so I talked about the main concept in the center, it says that you're going to write history and theories of management, and then your first level to branch out. You're going to select a minimum of 8 key terms, and you're going to have like 8 branches or 8 legs that will go around that. You're going to carry that out one more time, and it's going to go out from those 8 branches an additional 4 to 5 additional levels for each one. Be sure to include the concepts, theories, influencers as discussed in your textbook. The map should clearly demonstrate your understanding as you're going through. Okay, so then here it breaks it down for you again just to make it a little bit easier. It tells you that you're going to submit your completed map using the software. You're going to make it into either a PDF or a Word doc. And if you have any trouble downloading that for some reason, you can always take a picture with your cell phone and then upload the JPEG or a PDF file. It's always important, of course, to double check the rubric to make sure that you're meeting all of the criteria for grading. I do grade directly off of a rubric, so always be sure to check the rubrics. Okay, so next I want to show you when you go on to Blackboard and you're looking here at your weekly materials, they're going to pop up for you. So right here is the introduction for week 1, and it talks about how we're starting out with management. You're going to be looking at the roles and responsibilities, the functions of management, and then you're going to demonstrate your understanding by using the mind map. And then we're also going to be having a discussion. Oops, sorry, I clicked on that. We're also going to be having a discussion, of course, in the discussion forums. And this time it's going to be on right here where it says course project part 1. That's actually going to be the area where you're going to be defining management and actually doing some research on this. Of course, you may have your own thoughts on what is management, but that's not what we're looking for in this course. We actually are looking for you to do some research and use those insight in-text citations. Use your in-text citations and reference, because I want you to research all of that information, and that'll come out in the course project part 1, which is defining management, and it will be in the discussion forums. The other assignment that you will do is your mind map. It is always important to find your objectives so that you know what it is that we're expecting you to learn in that particular week. So here, the objective or the goal is to review the roles, skills, and functions of management. You'll find that in chapter 1, and that goes along with the course project, which is your discussion forum. And then you're going to summarize management theories in their historical context, and that's going to come out in chapter 2 for your mind map. And then here you'll find, again, I'm still looking at the weekly materials. You're going to see the required readings and resources. Be sure to read chapter 1, management, and chapter 2, the history of management. Okay, so I hope that this little introduction into week 1 was helpful for you. And remember that I am here to help you. If you need any assistance, be sure to reach out to me via email is probably the best way, or a text, and I will get back with you just as soon as possible. Make it a great week, folks, and I look forward to looking over your mind maps.